Severe weather coverage for East Alabama and West Georgia on Dr. Don's Weather is powered by Southern Union State Community College, Alpha Insurance Agent Jamie Dukas, East Alabama Bee Company, and is brought to you in part by Southern Auction Solutions, Roger Bell Auto Brokers, Genesis Way Clinic in Roanoke, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, Auction 431 South, Town of Wadley, and Bama Diesel Repair. Now, from the Alpha Weather Center, here's Dr. Don.
Well, good afternoon, East Alabama and West Georgia. Coming up on 646 Central, 746 Eastern on your Thursday, July 6, 2023. And it's time for our daily evening severe weather afternoon update. Seems like we have been doing this quite often here lately, and we're going to do it for you again this afternoon. Now, we do not have any severe thunderstorm warnings out there at the moment, though we have two very hefty thunderstorms. We have one core up here along I-20, which is going to be just to the northwest of downtown Talladega, up there around Center Point. And then we have a second core that is from just northeast of Childersburg down to extreme northern northern Coosa County. And that one, well, it could go severe at any moment. And so we have a brand new special weather statement that's just been issued by the National Weather Service out of Birmingham, and I'll just read this to you. This is a special weather statement for a strong thunderstorm which will impact portions of southeastern Talladega, northern Coosa, and southwestern Clay County through 7:15 p.m. At 6:45 p.m., Doppler radar was tracking a strong thunderstorm along a line extending from Winterboro to near Sycamore or Weguffka. Movement was to the east at about 20 miles per hour. The hazard with this storm is winds in excess of 40 miles per hour and pea-sized hail. Again, that is a special weather statement now in effect for Coosa, Clay, and for Talladega, northern Coosa, and southwestern Clay through 7:15 p.m. So we've got about 20 minutes or so to go on this special weather statement. They've just added Clay County, and that's going to be pretty much southwest and west central Clay County. So heads up Millerville. You've got a little shower going on down there now, but that's not the main show. The one that they're issuing the special weather statement for is still back off to your west. Sylacauga's right in the middle of it right now. So is Stewartville, and it continues to move off to the east this afternoon. And then again, that other cluster or core that's up there along I-20 from just west of Center Point. Really, it stretches from about Raglan down to Center Point, then down to almost Talladega before it meets up with that secondary core. A couple of heavy showers down there in southern Clay County at the moment. A couple of cells trying to get going down there in northern Tallapoosa County, and then some light showers between 5 Points and Roanoke. Very light showers up in northern Heard County between Franklin and Roopville. Zooming out so you can see the whole picture, we've got some scattered storms down here in southern Tallapoosa County, down there around Tallahassee. And then some scattered showers from Demopolis back up to around Winfield and Coleman, across West Alabama and up into North Alabama. But again, nothing severe at the moment. Though both of these thunderstorm cores are very strong and can cause some problems. So if you're in the path of this storm, I advise you to be weather aware of what's going on. And here's some estimated arrival times. Stewartville around 6:51, Hollis around 7:01. Midway in Clay County at 7:05, Chambers Springs around 7:08. We're looking at Hatchet Creek around 7:09, Brownsville around 7:13, Shady Grove about 7:17. Looking at Cleveland Crossroads at around 7:24, Spring Hill around 7:29, Millerville about 7:31. And Campbell Springs by about 7:38 p.m. That's on that southern storm, and if you can see there, that's kind of giving you the projected path and the times. Just west of Ashland by about 7:40. Then we will go up here and take a look at the northern storm. This one we're talking about Cheaha State Park around 7:23. It's moving into Talladega right now, and then out there on the far eastern stretches of this storm around Cheaha at about 7:26 p.m. So that's what we're looking at the moment. I will go over here and take a look. And I got to tell you that southern core is certainly the dominant storm at the moment. It has taken over and probably is robbing some of the energy from that storm to the north. No question that the southern core is much stronger at this time. I'm just looking at some of the hail markers. Probably the northern part of the southern core is going to be the strongest portion of the storm, showing about a 70% chance. And that's going to be right there around Winterboro, or now just east of Winterboro, coming up on Chambers Springs. I believe is going to be the heaviest part of this entire storm system. Yeah, so what about Roanoke? You tell me. You're there. No, Kathy, I'm just picking at you. Yeah, you've got some light showers around Roanoke right now. And a couple of scattered moderate showers over in Clay that's moving in your direction. If this line of thunderstorms that's coming out of Talladega into Clay holds together, then you would expect it over there in Roanoke, but it's going to take it a minute to get there because these storms the forward motion on them are only 20 miles per hour. And looking at the distance here from where they're at now to Roanoke is 44 miles, so you're looking at about 2 hours, anywhere from about an hour and a half to 2 hours before it gets to Roanoke. Well, these type of storms and this type of setup, this time of year, typically don't last that long, though it's possible. Odds are this thunderstorm complex will not stay together to make it all the way over to Roanoke in about an hour and a half to 2 hours from now. So maybe that answered your question. Level Roads, Corinth in Randolph County. Hey, Cody. Good to see you. Beverly's got us going down there in Alexander City. Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate that. Bowden, Georgia in the house. Hey, Judy. Same thing for Woodland. I mean, you're an hour and a half, 2 hours away from this. If it continues on its same course at the same forward motion and maintains the same intensity, if it can maintain for 2 hours, then I would say yes. All of Randolph County and all of Clay County will get in on the action. But as it stands right now, the forward motion is only about 20 miles per hour. So Ashland, you're 30 to 45 minutes away from seeing it. Wedowee, you're probably an hour 15, hour 20 away from seeing it. Roanoke, Wedowee, Woodland, probably an hour and a half for central Randolph, and 45 minutes to an hour before it gets into Ashland. If it holds together, we'll see. Now, you folks down there in Wadley, you've got a couple of small cells out ahead of all of this that's moving east. So Wadley may start seeing rain here at just about any moment. But the strong part of the storm is still way back over in the Talladega, Clay County line moving to the east. There's old Mike in LaGrange. Hey, Julie. Linda is back in Roanoke from Florida. All you beach bums, just keep rubbing it in, okay? I love about 4 or 5 days on the beach without a cell phone or a radio. Amy East. Hey, Amy, good to see you. Okay, so Tina's up in Taft, Tennessee. Good to see you, Tina. Anniston, so Anniston's in the same boat as most of East Alabama. You've got a pretty good little cell there to your west, from Center Point back up toward Raglan, that's moving to the east. If it holds together, probably about 45 minutes to an hour before it makes it into Anniston. These storms are only moving at about 20 miles per hour. Kellyton in the house. Hey, Dana. Eagle Creek. Good to see you, Laura. Michael Long, County Road 33 in Wedowee, capital city of Randolph County. Jennifer's watching us from 5 Points. Paula Green also watching us from 5 Points. Hey, y'all run over and tell Mr. Jeff Monroe, Dr. Don says, hey. Jeff's a big supporter of ours here on Dr. Don's Weather, and we appreciate what he does. And weird thing about it is we also met in our other careers by chance. He actually does some consulting work, I guess that's the best way to put it, for the county that I work for up here in Northeast Georgia. We didn't know that. We just happened to across one another one day, working on a project. But he was supporting Dr. Don's Weather way before that. And of course, he's got East Alabama Bee Company down there in 5 Points. Let's see. Patricia is in Roanoke. Sprinkling on County Road 43. Thanks, Kim. Opelika, Alabama, getting ready for some soccer. Newell, Alabama, Joanna. Alexander City. Will Alexander City get any of this stuff is the question. And, yeah, it's quite possible. It's the southern edge of this is a little bit north of Alexander City, north and east at the moment. If it continues the current path, it would skirt just north of Alexander City, but as these storms often do, it could build to the south a little bit as it's moving to the east. I'll put it in motion so you can kind of see the motion here, and you can see what I'm talking about. It could build down into Alexander City. A heads up news site, you got a pretty good one brewing right there. And we're beginning to get a hail marker on this storm south of Ashland also. So Wadley, you stand a chance picking up some stuff here, because this is building all the way back to Sylacauga. So you may have a good bit of rain coming your way. Hey, Beverly and Rock Mills. Regina's watching us in Wedowee. Kim is at West Point. Cindy watching us from Lineville. Tin Shop, Potash Ridge. Thank you, Shannon. Ranburn in the house. Will Wedowee get rain this evening? Well, it just depends on whether this stuff can hold together long enough to get over there to you. It's only moving at about 20 miles per hour. So it's going to take it a while to get over there to Wedowee, unless something else forms out ahead of it, which is certainly possible. At this point, I would say Wedowee has a better than 50-50 shot at seeing rain this evening. Lightning output really increasing down here on this southern core of this storm. Let's go in just on that portion of the storm. So we started the loop with 52 strikes. Now we're at 105. So the loop started 1 hour ago at 52 strikes every 3 minutes. Now we're at 105 or 106 every 3 minutes. So that's the lightning output is pretty much doubled in the last hour with this particular storm. If there's hail in this storm, most likely it's going to be in this area just north of 148, just to the west of Glades, or just to the west of Millerville, where you see the pinks and the blues. Then maybe some scattered light hail down here around Hollins, and then in northern Coosa County around Mount Olive back over towards Stewartville, and maybe some scattered hail down there around Weguffca as well. Again, this is not a severe thunderstorm warning. It's a special weather statement. The northern end of that storm has now dropped off of the special weather statement, but they're maintaining the southern end. And I believe that's going to be because the southern end, the core down here on the southern end of this line of storms, has really flexed itself here in the last 20 or 30 minutes. And I believe it just zapped a lot of energy out of the northern portion of that storm. And we'll put it back in motion, and you can see the direction it's moving in. So we are going to continue watching this for you, and if the Weather Service upgrades this to a severe thunderstorm warning, or if we have any significant changes across East Alabama or West Georgia, then we'll come right back and we'll bring that information to you. We'll continue to watch this. A reminder again, we do have some heavy rain down here in southern Tallapoosa County as well. But the strong thunderstorm at the hour is this storm coming out of Talladega County into southwestern Clay and northern Coosa County. Weather Service issuing a special weather statement for this particular storm, and this weather statement is valid until 7:15, so it's got about another 10, 11, 12 minutes to go. So as soon as they decide whether or not they're going to extend this further east, we'll be right back, and we'll bring you that information from the Weather Service as soon as we get notification here on Dr. Don's Weather.
Severe weather coverage for East Alabama and West Georgia on Dr. Don's Weather is powered by Southern Union State Community College, Alpha Insurance Agent Jamie Dukas, East Alabama B Company, and is brought to you in part by Southern Auction Solutions, Roger Bell Auto Brokers, Genesis Way Clinic in Roanoke, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, Auction 431 South, Town of Wadley, and Bama Diesel Repair. We will continue to monitor the latest weather conditions across the area and return with updates as conditions warrant. This is Dr. Don's Weather,